After today, it's never been more clear. The West Coast got to go. Their culture got to go. Their degeneracy got to go. Their bootlicking got to go. Their selling out got to go. Their gangbanging got to go. It all has to go. If black folks got any hopes of ever rising up and figuring things out, these West Coast sellouts can't come with us, man. This Young Thug, 21 Savage, and Atlanta drama today really proves why the West Coast got to go. See, we just watched Young Thug, 21 Savage, and Atlanta rappers come together to spark up this new movement, to save these babies from the streets, to uplift black people, to get us back on the right track, and to really save a lot of lives. And you know the only opposition to their positivity, you know the only people who are against the new positive movement that 21 Savage and Young Thug just launched? You guessed it, all right? The bootlicking West Coasters, okay? 21 Savage recently dropped an album called What Happened to the Streets. It looks like street dudes are finally using the 2 brain cells they have left to figure out there's nothing good about the streets. Now, the album itself was 21 Savage essentially talking about how, the streets used to be amazing. He don't know what happened to it right now. There's no code of honor to the streets, et cetera, et cetera. Again, just a stupid, low IQ conversation to have. There's nothing that has ever been good about the streets. The streets has always been bad. It's always been filled with crooks and degenerates and people who got nothing to offer. And these are people with no moral codes. There has never been a thing called a code of conduct or a code of ethics or moral codes in the streets, bro. These Neanderthals can't even tell you if you ask them what moral compass they follow. The streets, gangbanging, Crips, Bloods, it was created by literal 15-year-olds. 15-year-olds created cripping and blooding, and they created the rules of the streets that 35-year-old grown men with damn near grandkids are following right now. That's how stupid these people are. Think about it for a second, bro. 35-year-olds are following the rules of the streets that 15-year-olds created. The streets ain't never disavowed robbing grandmamas, shooting babies, shooting up the parks where babies stay, rolling up in people's homes who got just as little as you. Right? Killing fathers, killing brothers, killing kids. They have never disavowed that. So what moral conduct did they ever have? No snitching, dodging accountability. So the streets ain't never had no rules. So don't ever listen to anybody who tell you, oh man, what happened to the streets? Bro, y'all been fools. Y'all been clowns. Y'all been degenerates, bro. Right? Y'all are the worst group of people to ever grace this planet. Y'all are disgusting, trifling human beings. We don't like y'all. But 21 Savage dropped an album asking what happened to the streets. Now, he followed this up on Twitter where I guess his album really wasn't well received because you didn't really do anything on that album to really preach against the streets. All you said was, hey, man, we used to really get busy, but now the streets is flawed. That's not even a conversation starter when it comes to fixing our issues. So I guess to make up for that album, he took to Twitter and he took to social media to really make his message felt, which is F the streets. To further show that he's really against the streets and everything that comes with it, 21 Savage took to Twitter to let Young Thug know that he needs to forgive Gunna for quote-unquote snitching, because the street-ish ain't nothing coming out of it, bro, but trauma, all right? So let's get rid of the street codes and the street rules, and let's start living our lives like civilians, okay? So 21 Savage tagged Gunna, he tagged Young Thug, and he says, y'all ninjas fix that ish. Y'all love each other, ninja. You knew Gunna wasn't no gangster where he told the first time and we swept it under the rug. For you. You know he wasn't trying to leave you to hang. Ninja F the streets. We ain't get ish but trauma from that ish, bruh. So 21 Savage publicly telling Young Thug, hey, bruh, get rid of that street code, man. Gunna told, but we moving on from the street, so we don't care about snitching no more, bruh, right? Y'all fix it, y'all work it out. He got a lot of backlash from this. Like, he got a lot of backlash from telling Young Thug to forgive snitching, because snitching is like the cardinal sin in the streets.
The cons always outweigh the pros of the street. Because you can go to jail, or you can die, you can get robbed.
But it was worth it because you can get some real money. You can grind up.
Right, you can get some money. Yeah. Now, your ass can't go buy nothing and come up off no block, nowhere. It's probably two hoods in Atlanta that you can just really block serve for real.
Turn something to nothing.
You get what I'm saying? And grind for real. But you can't, as a young nigga, you can't grind no more. These young niggas, it's really like an oxymoron. Is that what it's called? Oxymoron? What, some shit just don't make sense? Goddamn, You signing up for some shit to only die or go to jail. Back in the day, you were signing up to shit, get some money, might die, might go to jail. Yeah. Now you only signing up to die or go to jail.
Back in the day, you gonna get some money before you do one or the other.
Right.
Before you die or go to jail, 9 times 10, you gonna get some money. Yeah. It's like,
but the cons still outweigh the pros back then too. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm saying it ain't no pros. It's nothing but cons. Back then it was like, all right, it's some pros to this shit, but the cons is kind of higher though, because if they catch your ass, they gonna do it to you. Mm-hmm. But goddamn now, there's no pros at all. You're literally getting in the street to die or go to jail.
Niggas don't even, that's crazy. Niggas, I was just thinking about that on the way here. Niggas don't even introduce themselves as.
She's saying some good stuff, so I would allow it. Y'all know my rule, bro. I'm against former street dudes trying to be advocates in the black community, because advocacy usually comes with social currency you can spend for goodwill. And only in our community do we allow that. Think about it for a second, bruh. A Nazi soldier would never be considered an advocate. And even if he tries, he'll be shunned and condemned. They won't allow no Nazi soldier to be an advocate for anti-Semitism. Are you crazy? But only in our community can a street dude who have murdered, who have pillaged, who have robbed our communities, then after banging and being a street dude for so many years, they now want to be an advocate. They now want to also get the social rewards of being an advocate and representing a community of people. No, you don't. No, hell no. You don't get to represent us, right? Like after victimizing us. The oppressor cannot be an advocate for our sovereignty. No, we have to be our own advocates, okay? It's good that you stop oppressing us, but you get out the way and let us lead. That's how that works, okay? But 21 Savage is saying some good stuff. And it looks like other people, his peers, are following his lead. Because this caused a trickle effect on social media for the positive right before these West Coast demons try to stop it. Young Thug took to Twitter to publicly denounce the streets, tagging 21 Savage, letting him know he's on board with the movement. G Herbo also took to Twitter to denounce the streets, and he wrote F the streets. YFN Lucci also disavowed the streets, and he wrote F the streets, tagged 21 Savage. Pooh Shiesty also disavowed the streets, and he put traumatized F the streets, and he also tagged 21 Savage. He's seen a rapper from Memphis, Atlanta, Chicago, New York, all coming together to say F the streets. All coming together to say a change needs to happen. These babies can't just keep dying. Gang violence needs to stop. Our communities are going to waste. We need to get it together. We don't know what the answer is, but all we know is how we living ain't the answer. You got powerful rappers in the industries coming together to fix this. And right when we thought we had a breakthrough with Black America, as Black folks, right when we thought we're about to get on page, we're about to stay on code and ride for us. You know the only coast that didn't have a rapper come out and say F the streets too and disavow the streets? As a matter of fact, maybe asking to disavow is too much. You know the one coast I seen where they were coming out and speaking up against the positivity and speaking up against disavowing the streets, against saving these babies, against ending Black death? You know the only coast? You guessed it, bruh. The West Coast Neanderthals, okay? The West Coast sellouts, man. They were coming to Twitter in droves. In droves. To talk about how, hold on, bro. What y'all mean after the streets? Hold on. I love the streets, man. Now, one person that I'll give a pass to is Blueface. Blueface just got out of jail, right? So he may be still institutionalized, but I've seen Blueface publicly just outright say, man, F this, man, hell nah. Man, I love the streets, man. Mr. You gonna respect this crippin' bit? He wrote, you square-eyed ninjas should have never jumped off the curb. Shaking my head, man. Slapping emoji, bruh. How dare y'all talk about stop the killing these Black men? Man, cut it out, man. Y'all squares, bro. Get back in the crib, bruh. Blueface will also continue to put he love the streets. Now, again, Blueface just got out of jail. He's still institutionalized. I guess this is an excuse, okay? I'm not gonna go too hard since he is fresh up out of prison, but this is disappointing to me, man. Fans of the West Coast began to call upon West Coast personalities and rappers to also disavow the streets, to join in, to do something positive for Black folks. Some were even saying, yo, Kendrick Lamar, Watch the Party Die, was even talking about this. Y'all should get on board with what Kendrick had going on. He was trying to also convey the same message that 21 Savage is conveying right now. Kendrick Lamar cousin hit a J3, got wind of this, and he tweeted, "The party dying ain't got itch to do with the streets!" Exclamation, exclamation. So this is really important to him. But he didn't just stop here though, right? He continued to All Lives Matter, the F the Streets movement. So he tweets out, "Save the streets, help the streets," which is just textbook All Lives Mattering. Like when we say Black Lives Matter, we're not saying that all lives don't matter. When we say F the streets, we're saying F gang violence, F mass incarceration, F babies dying, F drug and crime ridden societies, environments, F it all. We're not saying F poor people or F the hood. That's nonsense, all right? Because the majority of people who are in the hood, who are in these impoverished environments, they don't do no street stuff. They're not outside killing people. These people go to work every day. So when you say save the streets, exactly what are you saving about the streets? The hood and the streets are not are not the same thing. The hood and the streets are very different. The hood is just impoverished environments, right? That people who are there due to circumstances, those are good people who don't do no crimes, who don't go to jail, who work probably 2 or 3 jobs to feed their families. It's only a small percentage of you hooligans, you Neanderthals who are in the streets that are making the living conditions in those environments unbearable. We're not saving y'all. It's time for y'all to go, bruh. And it's no coincidence that the one time it seems that hip hop is getting serious to start a movement to end the streets, to save these babies, the West Coast is the only coast stepping up to go against it. It's not a coincidence. I'm telling y'all, bruh. It's not a coincidence at all. Think about everything that ever went wrong in hip hop. Bro, think about it. Every and all things that ever went wrong in hip hop, who was behind it? When Tupac died, who killed Tupac? Okay. When Biggie died and sent hip hop into a Great Depression. When New York finally had a rising star after defeating the Great New York Depression, where for a couple of years there, bro, I'll be real, we was asking, who's the next great New York rapper? Pop Smoke came. Who killed him? Hey, bro. Who sparked the movement that sent hip-hop into the current depression we're currently in and having country music overtake us? Who sparked the current divide in hip-hop that started stand wars? That divided hip-hop. Now collaborations don't exist. Now we're not charting as we used to because we're all divided and we're infighting and we're boycotting actual albums from hip-hop stars because of stand wars. Who started the downfall of hip-hop in 2025? Y'all answer that question. Y'all know. I ain't gonna say, y'all know. So every time it's time for us to rise up and come together, who gets in the way? The West Coast. They murder your favorite rapper. They started gang culture that has spread to almost every inner city in America. Because of the West Coast, every inner city in America is drug and crime ridden because of the West Coast and their culture, right? Y'all come here for a better life and to get away from violence, and they kill y'all. We try to uprise, like we try to really do something positive for ourselves. Now who's in the way? The West Coast. At what point do we say, hey, bruh, West Coast culture gotta go? And the thing about these West Coast dudes, they don't really understand it. Like they don't see the Atlanta dudes like they're smart. See, Young Thug understand fairly quickly. The people are getting sick and tired of the streets. We're not asking for your permission we're gonna get rid of it. It's only for you to decide, are you gonna go along with it or are you gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna join the consensus. Young Thug during his Big Bang interview said something very, very keen. And this is when I realized, okay, they're getting a message. They're understanding we're fed up and we're not going for it anymore. Young Thug said on Big Bang, Man, this snitching stuff ain't about the streets, man. Man, streets is dumb. This this the man code. And the reason why he switched it up from the street code to the man code, because he understands people are against the streets. Folks think the streets are stupid. Now their verbiage and their dialogue is changing to reflect the change of times. He purposely went on big banks and refused to say street code and refused to endorse the streets. He then began to switch it up. Nah, this is the man code. Nah, snitch ain't got itch to do with no man code, bruh. Y'all stick to the street code. That's how you knew times was changing, bruh. Where now they even terrified to represent the streets. So these West Coast dudes, let them go ahead and advocate for gang violence. Let them go ahead and advocate for the streets. Let them do it. It's our job and it's our responsibility to galvanize, to come together and get them out of here. The West Coast got to go. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about their music got to go. The gangbangers got to go. We have to ostracize them and treat them like pariahs. We have to make sure they're no longer involved. All right? And here's how you do it. You don't collaborate with them. So, for example, if you are a musician and there's a West Coast gangbanger who is on his West Coast time and who is really gangbanging and he's pushing for violence, hey, bro, we're not even going to rock with you, bro. We don't even acknowledge you. If you a podcaster, man, we're not even covering you. Man, y'all, bye, bro. Just start to act like they don't even exist until they get on board. Until they get on board with the program. Because if you're not staying on code, bro, you got to go, homie. Straight up. So who gonna say it though? All right? Who gonna join in? I want to see which one of y'all is brave enough to react to this or make a video to this or even make your own video and say, yeah, the West Coast must go. If I got to be on the island by myself, I'm going to be on the island by myself, man. All right? I don't got a gang, bruh. I bang melanin, homie. Straight up. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, man. All right? And if you're still watching this video, then click on this video right here to find out how the Adam 22 and Munchie B situation got much worse. Today was a really bad day for Adam. He just lost another co-host, and it's a bad situation. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.